Well, ladies and gentlemen, another Royal Rumble pay-per-view is in the books, and of course, in Royal Rumble fashion, it did not end without controversy. How's good, everyone? Today I'm here with my WWE Royal Rumble 2017 pay-per-view. Of course, it's my first pay-per-view of 2017 for the WWE. Royal Rumble was live on the WWE Network as well as pay-per-view tonight. And overall, like I say, coming out of the show, I thought it was tremendous. I thought the show was great. Going into it, I thought it was really good, and it ended up being better than I thought, to be perfectly honest. I thought, the two undercard matches were good on the show. I thought the kickoff matches were pretty solid, and the two world title matches were absolutely tremendous in their both in their respective brands. And the Royal match itself was interesting, to say the least. So I thought overall, coming out of the show, I thought everything was great. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I thought this show was better than the TakeOver San Antonio show from last night from NXT. And yeah, great Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Best one in quite some time. Honestly, I would say this Royal Rumble pay-per-view was better than any pay-per-view WWE produced last year. Honestly, and this is the first pay-per-view event, and it's already the best one it's already better than anything from 2016. So that's honestly how I felt about this show. So great effort here from WWE besides the booking at the end, but we'll get to that later on, of course, when we discuss the Royal Rumble match itself. But yeah, let's just jump right into this review for the show. Of course, at the 2-hour kickoff show 2 hours prior to the pay-per-view, which honestly was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I thought Shawn Michaels did a pretty good job as a panelist. I thought the little segments we had in between, like the backstage skit with Owens and Jericho, that was pretty good. And even the matches were good as well. So the kickoff show was enjoyable, I thought. Of course, the first match we had on the kickoff show was the 6-woman tag team match. Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi taking on Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and Mickie James. This was a good showcase match for all 6 women from SmackDown. Of course, you had your typical spot where one person's going for a suplex and the tag team partner would come in to kind of block it, but then the other person would come in to assist it. So essentially, you had a 3-way suplex going on where the heels got took the suplex. Just a good outing for everyone here, especially Becky Lynch and Naomi. I think those two really shine in this match, especially more so Naomi, because they're trying to build her for that title match against Alexa Bliss, which they did, because Naomi actually ended up pinning Alexa Bliss after a split-legged moonsault off the top rope onto Alexa Bliss for the 1-2-3. So Naomi, Nikki Bella, and Becky Lynch won this match. I was kind of surprised with that because I thought the heels would win to further their feuds with the other three, but you know what? I don't have a problem with the faces winning because, they had Naomi at the win, which obviously they're building for that title match with Alexa Bliss, so I don't mind that at all. So a good match there from the 6 women. And then, of course, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship match with Cesaro and Sheamus defending against Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson, with 2 referees signed at the match. This is another really good match between both teams, I felt like. I thought, both teams gel really well together and have really good chemistry. You had typical, Cesaro and Sheamus from the get-go were very dominant until Anderson and Gallows quickly shut them off. And then you got the Cesaro hot tag where Cesaro just goes absolutely apeshit, destroying everything in sight with just uppercuts. And, of course, he had a 619 on Anderson, followed by high cross body, or high cross off the top rope for a nice near fall there. So he did some nice near falls. Nice ending with, Cesaro locking the sharpshooter, Sheamus breaking it up. I think Sheamus or Cesaro ate a magic killer, which Sheamus would break up. Then he would accidentally bro kick John Cone, who was the referee that reversed the decision initially when Anderson and Gallows won the tag team titles on Raw. So big fuck you to John Cone. He took one hell of a bro kick. That thing looked like it absolutely tore his head off. But you know what? That fucker deserved it. So fuck you, John Cone, you piece of shit. But yeah, bro kick John Cone. He's out of the match. Second referee comes to effect. Karl Anderson rolls up Cesaro for the 1-2-3, but with holding tight. So Anderson and Gallows, your new tag team champions. Finally, the tag team champions. This should have happened way back at SummerSlam, even as late as Clash of Champions. But you know what? Better late than never, I suppose. Even though I'm kind of over them. But you know what? I feel like WWE's trying to regain that interest that they should never lost anyways. But you know what? They're tag team champions now, and that's all I can really ask for. So Anderson, Gallows, new tag team champions. Cesaro and Sheamus, I'm guessing are going to start their feud again. I feel like they're just going to finally have that blow off from that best of 7, which ended in no contest. I feel like they'll finally have that final blow at WrestleMania or maybe at Fastlane, but I feel like Cesaro and Sheamus are going to start feuding again, and I'm just happy for Anderson and Gallows. So very happy about that result. And then, of course, we had the final kickoff match, which was Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks, which was whatever. You had Nia Jax dominate. She unlocked in a nice stretch muffler on Sasha Banks, which actually came off pretty nicely. And then Sasha Banks had her comeback, which was shut down by Nia Jax with a pop-up Samoan drop for the 1-2-3. So Nia Jax defeats Sasha Banks. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised because I know they're building Nia Jax up, but I feel like they wanted to protect Sasha Banks as well. So I feel like they should have went with like a DQ or a count-out finish to protect both of them, but I guess they just wanted Nia Jax to straight up beat Sasha Banks, and that's what they did there. So, whatever match. So, yeah, that was your kickoff show. Then, of course, go to the main pay-per-view card, which opened up with the Raw Women's Championship match, Charlotte Flair taking on Bayley. This was really good, I thought. This is probably the best match they've had to date. Maybe their NXT match in the summer of 2015 was a little bit better. That's when I think that was Charlotte's last NXT match. When they're building Bayley up for that NXT Women's title match at TakeOver Brooklyn that year. So that match might have been a little bit better, but this is definitely by far their best main roster match. I felt like you had great intensity from Charlotte. I thought she was playing a great heel. Bayley had a nice comeback after, Charlotte was just working on her legs, blocking the figure eight. Bayley would roll out of it, but Charlotte would just roll back into it. Bayley had a nice, comeback with hitting a Macho Man elbow off the top rope, which looked pretty decent. So Bayley had nice comeback, some nice, like I said, some nice near falls as well. Bayley almost won the title almost a handful of times, it looked like. But ending came, with the, they brawled on the outside for a while. So Charlotte actually slammed Bayley onto the apron as well as the ring steps a few times. And then Charlotte would, one last attempt to throw Bayley on the outside. Charlotte goes on the ring apron, hits natural selection on the ring apron. They play it because that's the hardest part in the ring, so they played it off like, okay, that's the most devastating spot where she could have hit it. Rolls Bayley back in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte Flair retains the Raw Women's Championship. Really good opener. I really enjoyed this match. Like I said, Charlotte looked great and she played a great heel, and Bayley did her job. So I enjoyed that matchup. I don't know if this was after the next match or after this one, but I don't really care. They had a backstage skit with the Tumbler. Of course, the Tumbler makes the turn for a Rumble, where you had Sami Zayn and Dean Ambrose draw their numbers. Of course, Sami Zayn revealing he was number 8, and Dean Ambrose just pretty much said, nah, I'll be in the match when I'm in the match. So that was a nice, funny skit there with making Sami Zayn look like a dweeb. I don't know why they're making him look like a loser for, but it's, to be honest, it's entertaining. I love Sami Zayn, but it's pretty entertaining watching him make a fool out of himself. So that was a nice little segment there. And then from there on, we go to the no disqualification match for the WWE Universal Championship. Of course, with Chris Jericho being suspended above the ring in a shark cage. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. This was awesome. Okay, right from the get-go, Owens and Jericho try to take out Roman Reigns before Jericho gets in the cage. They're taking out Roman Reigns, but of course it's Roman Reigns, so he has a nice comeback. Takes both of them out, throws Jericho against the cage, and then throws him into the cage, locks up, lifts Jericho up, so therefore it's 1-on-1 Reigns versus Owens. Honestly, this is probably the best Universal title match we've had so far. I feel like this was even better than the Hell in a Cell between between Rollins and Owens. I feel like that was the best Universal title match to date so far. But this one topped it. These guys definitely blew their roadblock match out of the water, and this is probably their best match they've had to date with each other. So, great performance here from both guys. They really exceeded expectations, especially considering their lackluster feud that's been really terrible, and just having a match week after week. I feel like they definitely felt like they need something to prove, and they went out there and proved it. So kudos for both the men for really going out there and putting on a performance. They brawl on the outside. They really utilized a no DQ stipulation, which is even better if you ask me, because a lot of no DQ matches nowadays don't really favor that stipulation, but now like this one, they definitely made sure that the stipulation lived up. They brawl on the outside, brawl through the crowd, eventually leading back to the timekeeper's area, back into the ring. They got tables out. They got, Roman Reigns was taking out chairs, and Kevin Owens taking out chairs. Kevin Owens actually made like a collage of just a mountain, a pyramid, I guess you can say, of chairs on the outside, which, Kevin Owens teased powerbombing Roman Reigns through, then Roman Reigns teased suplexing him through. So that was a nice little tease for that. Kevin Owens ended up super kicking Roman Reigns onto a table, where Kevin Owens did a beautiful frog splash on the outside through a table on Roman Reigns, which would look absolutely awesome. Then they get back in the ring. Roman Reigns just used steel chairs to beat down Roman Reigns through the majority of the match. And then Chris Jericho smartened up. Chris Jericho actually dropped the brass knuckles down to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens uses it to hit a Superman punch on Roman Reigns. But of course, it's Roman Reigns, so Roman Reigns kicks out at 2. Another thing about this match was that there was a lot of great near falls, I thought. I thought there was a lot of times where you believed Roman Reigns was actually going to win the title, then you actually believed Kevin Owens was going to retain the championship. So, great storytelling, just great atmosphere, and just great physicality. You really felt the hatred between both men. You really felt like both men wanted to kill each other, which is, something that's the best thing you could ask for from these two, because, they're supposed to really hate each other, yet they haven't really showed it, but this match they definitely showed it, I felt like. Then, of course, they had Roman Reigns with his comeback, hitting the dropkick on the outside. Superman punching Kevin Owens off the top rope through the pyramid of chairs, which came off brutal. I thought Kevin Owens killed himself in that spot. And then you had the power bombing Kevin Owens through the announce table. So at this point, it's favoring Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns goes back in the ring. Then, of course, as he set up the spear, Braun Strowman out of nowhere takes Roman Reigns out, just throws him around, throws him to the table, ends up hitting his running power slam, and then Kevin Owens pins him for the 1, 2, 3, and Kevin Owens retains the Universal Championship. Very happy about that. I really want him to retain here, and I'm very glad that they did. I'm really hoping he doesn't lose the title at Fastlane because that's the next pay-per-view for Raw. So I'm hoping he's able to keep it to WrestleMania, but I wouldn't get my hopes up just yet. But I was just very happy to see Kevin Owens retain the championship here. One spot I forgot to mention was Reigns went for the spear once. Kevin Owens countered to a super kick and followed with a stunner, which of course, whenever anyone hits a stunner in wrestling now that doesn't end up winning match with the stunner, Stone Cold will bitch about it, which he did on Twitter after the match. He did bitch about the match, that stunner not being used as a finish, but it is what it is. 2017, you can't expect anyone that's not Stone Cold to win a match as a stunner nowadays. Like, come on, it's common sense. But yeah, fantastic matchup with that between Owens and Reigns. And yeah, great stuff between both men. Really happy Owens retained. From there on, we had the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match, Rich Swann versus Neville. This was good. You know, you had Neville playing up the heel. Of course, he's just been tremendous as a heel. He had Rich Swann in a headlock for it seemed like forever, if you ask me, until Rich Swann had his comeback. Rich Swann hit a really nice Phoenix Splash on the outside on the Neville, which came off beautifully. He had his nice fiery comeback. You know, he was very aggressive. You saw him he was just firing up, just laying lefts and rights on Neville, grounding him. Eventually into some super kicks and some roundhouse kicks on Neville. But Neville would outsmart him, and of course, would go for pin attempts. He was by the rope, so Neville would put his foot on the rope and break the count. And of course, Neville had his comeback, hit a nice superplex at the top rope, and ended up locking the submission hold, which I thought was a great finish because as he's applying it, Rich Swann's refusing, and Neville just goes, "Give me my crown!" And as he yells that, he just tightens it and just... It was great. He tightened it. He just where it made it more painful, and Rich Swann just immediately taps out. I just thought that little thing Neville did right there made the finish that much better, if you ask me. So Neville wins the Cruiserweight title. Like I said, solid match. I thought their match on 205 Live last month was way better, but this was definitely still a solid match, and Neville's Cruiserweight champion. So yeah, I'm very happy about that because I really want to see Neville as a Cruiserweight champion. I feel like him as champion definitely brings interest to the division because honestly, as much as I love the Cruiserweights, there's absolutely no interest in the division, but Neville definitely brings it if you ask me. So very happy about that, and a solid match. And then we go to match of the fucking night. The guys that went out there and tore the house down and might have even topped their SummerSlam match. The WWE Championship match, AJ Styles versus John Cena. These two put on nothing but gold together. They top their matches every time, it seems like. And this is just tremendous outing from both men here. So many believable near falls that, you thought it could have went either way. The suspense was amazing. Early on, they both hit their finishers, which I'm not really too sure how I feel about it. Cena hit an AA, which Styles kicked out of. And then, of course, Styles hit a phenomenal form, which Cena kicked out of. So I'm not really too sure how I felt about them hitting their finishers so early on, but it is what it is. He had a lot of things in the past, like Cena hitting the code red, which is absolutely tremendous seeing him do that. He had some nice counters, like Cena had going for the AA, but Styles countering the Styles Clash or countering it into the Calf Crusher. Styles actually locked Cena in with the STF himself, which didn't look all that great, to be perfectly honest, and Cena got out of it. I believe hit an AA and AJ after it, but I'm not too sure. Just so many, it's one of those matches, again, you just gotta watch it. I can't put any words into the match to do any justice. It's a must-see match. They go out there and tear the house down. Amazing match here from both men, like I said. Just so many near falls, goosebumps standing on top of your arms. Just tremendous outing from both competitors, and it was tremendous, and you couldn't ask for a better match. The crowd was red hot for the entire match as well. Just tremendous chemistry between John Cena and AJ Styles. It's amazing, and it's fantastic, especially the ending too. AJ hitting the phenomenal forearm. They pretty much recreated their SummerSlam finish with AJ countering the AA into a Styles Clash and sent it for the phenomenal forearm, but Cena counters it was able to duck for that. Hits Styles with an AA. He actually hit Styles with an A out the top at the second rope, which Styles kicked out of barely, literally right before the 3 count, like that. Styles kicked out, which I was like, ooh, I thought for sure that was it. But no, Cena ends up, I think, hitting an AA He does like a wheelbarrow, or I don't know what he does. What's the style is on his shoulders. It just rolls through, hits another AA, and that's it. 1, 2, 3. John Cena is your brand new WWE champion after like I think 4 or 5 AAs he hit in the match in total. Just the intensity from John Cena as well. I forgot to mention this, but just the intensity of John Cena, where he just acted heelish. He's just getting pissed off. Like, he's just, you know, he's flexing as hard as he can. You can tell in his face, he's just, he's pissed. A little thing like that definitely made this match as well. So the emotion, the intensity, the in-ring action, all the elements you combine made for a tremendous match here, especially the storytelling, which John Cena finally wins his 16th World Championship. Very emotional moment for him, hugging the referee, Charles Robinson, and also going to the crowd and hugging a Make-A-Wish kid as well. So, tremendous match. John Cena, 16-time World Champion. I know some people are mad that Cena won, but you know what? You can't say John Cena didn't deserve it, especially after tremendous matches with AJ Styles. So, hopefully he keeps it too, because especially after the result of the Royal Rumble winner, John Cena may lose it at the Elimination Chamber, which to me is fucking stupid if he does. But yeah, tremendous match. And then we go to our main event, which was the 2017 Royal Rumble match. The match started off with Big Cass and Chris Jericho. Very odd way to start the match, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go over every single entrant in the match because I think it'd just be a big waste of time. But some notable entries, excuse me, I should mention. Braun Strowman came in the match pretty early. I think he was like number 7. So I was very surprised how early Braun Strowman went in the ring. He actually threw like almost everyone out of the ring. Like, I think there was like, yeah, all 6 guys were still in the ring when he came in, and then he just threw everyone out pretty much besides Jericho. Jack Gallagher, I think, came in number 6, which was a nice surprise to see Jack Gallagher in it. He was entertaining, especially with the umbrella skit he was doing, like him flying around and just nailing people. That Jack Gallagher did a pretty entertaining job in the Royal Rumble. Ty Dillinger is number 10, which was awesome because a lot of people were saying how perfect it would have been if he was number 10 and actually went through with it, so that was really cool of them to do that. He really didn't get anything going, honestly, up until the ending, because they saved pretty much all the big names for literally the last like 8 spots. You just had some guys coming in and out, you know, some guys at some spots I felt like were wasted for, like James Ellsworth should have been in the Rumble match, Mark Henry should have been in the Rumble match if you ask me. I'm trying to think who else was in it that should have been in it. Apollo Crews is in it. Honest, I like Apollo Crews, but he should have not been in the Royal match. He should have said this spot for someone else, or at least a surprise entrant. But yeah, there really weren't many surprises in this match besides like Jack Gallagher and Ty Dillinger. I think those were really only the 2 surprises, besides number 30, which isn't really a surprise. That just fucking irritated everyone. But, yeah, I mean, this was a fun Rumble match, I thought. I felt like you had, you know, everyone in the ring at once still. There wasn't really a time where it was just dull. You always had a lot of bodies in the ring, which, that's what I like about the Rumble match, is when it's just a clusterfuck of guys in the ring at one time. I hate when they just have, like, a few guys, like, Royal Rumble 2010 to, like, I think 12. Just those Rumbles, I hate those Rumbles because they constantly just, oh, guys come in, just throw them right back out. I fucking hate when they do that. It's really irritating when they just throw guys out like they're nothing right away. So I like when the Rumble match fills up, and that's what they did in this match. Braun Strowman killed like 4 people. He killed James Ellsworth, the fuck, when he just threw him out. And James Ellsworth just, it looked like he blew his hip out the way he landed it. So it wouldn't surprise me that dude broke something. So Braun Strowman looked great. He got eliminated by Baron Corbin, which is a huge surprise to me. I wasn't expecting Baron Corbin to eliminate Braun Strowman, but you know what? I like Baron Corbin, so I'm happy that he was the one to do it out of all people. So yeah, Braun Strowman was out pretty early, to be honest. He was probably out by 20 or a little after when Baron Corbin went in the ring. So he eliminated pretty quick, if you ask me. But yeah, 20 to 30, that's when all the big names started coming, like Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper. Loved the interaction between Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt, by the way, where he was like helping him, then he quickly just looked at him and just started beating up Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt until, of course, you know, Orton would hit RKO on him and just throw him out like it was nothing. Brock Lesnar was 24 or 25. I don't remember which one he was. 26 maybe. I think Brock Lesnar 26. Yeah, I think it's Brock Lesnar's 20. I don't remember Brock Lesnar was. Goldberg is 28. I know that. Comes in, just spears the shit out of Lesnar and throws him out immediately. I don't know why you're making Goldberg destroy Lesnar. I know they're trying to make him look good, but why are you going to make Lesnar look like a bitch for? You know, I even tweeted when Goldberg got in the Rumble match, I'm like, I hope Brock lasts more than a minute and 26 with Goldberg, but I think Brock got thrown out within 10 seconds of Goldberg being in the match, so that was just, I don't know. Brock better win in Mania, that's all I gotta say. Taker came in at 29, and then number 30, which everyone's hoping for, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle even. Everyone's thinking, like, this has got to be a big number since Undertaker, Goldberg, Lesnar's on number 30. And who's number 30? Roman fucking Reigns. Are you fucking kidding me? I would love to know the genius who thought it's a good idea to put Roman Reigns at number 30. The entire mood shifted right when Roman Reigns was a kid. Everyone just went from like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? That's literally how everyone's reaction went. If you thought Rey Mysterio was a disappointment in 2014 instead of Daniel Bryan, like, this is even a bigger disappointment because everyone was expecting a big name, and then it's just fucking Roman Reigns. It's like, he shouldn't even been in the match, and then, like, you make him number 30. It's like, fuck you guys. But yeah, Roman Reigns in the match. Chris Jericho still in the ring at this point, which Jericho, the stuff he was doing was pretty entertaining, with him sneaking out of the ring and sneaking back in at random times, which at the end of it was pretty stupid because I thought Jericho was doing that because they might actually have him win. But no, he gets tossed out by Roman Reigns after a Superman punch, so Jericho sneaking in and out was pretty pointless. And then, of course, there's the big stare down between Roman Reigns and The Undertaker, and which leads to Roman Reigns eliminating The Undertaker. Yes, Roman Reigns eliminated The Undertaker. So, you did the angle in the Universal title match to set up Reigns and Strowman, I thought, at WrestleMania. Like, okay. But now you did this whole thing where it's obvious it's going to be Taker and Reigns at Mania. So, what my theory, or my thinking is, they're going to fucking have Reigns beat Strowman at fucking Fastlane. Then they're going to have Reigns face Taker at WrestleMania, which to me is fucking stupid. Undertaker should not be facing Roman Reigns at all. If they do it, it's fucking stupid. And that's what they're probably going to do, unfortunately. So, I'm pissed about that. But by the way, Undertaker eliminated Goldberg, which I thought was kind of, like, smart, but kind of like, really? You just had Undertaker throw Goldberg out like it was nothing. So, I mean, I know they made a big deal out of Goldberg and Lesnar being in the Rumble, but honestly, they didn't do jack shit in the Rumble match. So, besides Lesnar just throwing everyone around like they were fucking nothing. So, that was pretty great. But, yeah, Strowman, or Lesnar and Goldberg were kind of just a waste in the Rumble, if you ask me, for the most part. And then I believe the final four were Orton, Wyatt, Reigns, and was it Sami Zayn? Or Jericho? I think it was Jericho. I don't know. One of those two, I think, were in the final four with them. Final three were Wyatt, Orton, and Reigns. Reigns throws Wyatt out, goes to spear Orton. Orton counters it to an RKO, throw Reigns out, and Randy Orton is the Royal Rumble winner. Now, if AJ Styles was still the WWE Champion, and he was going to WrestleMania as the WWE Champion, I would not mind Randy Orton winning the Royal Rumble, because that way we're getting Styles versus Randy Orton for the title of the Royal Rumble, which honestly, I wanted that match not last year's Royal Rumble, or last year's WrestleMania, but when AJ won the title, I said him and Orton for the title at WrestleMania, that should be the title match. So if that was a plan, I'd be all for it, but John Cena is the WWE Champion, and more than likely, Bray Wyatt's going to win the fucking title at the Elimination Chamber. Therefore, Orton versus Wyatt for the title at WrestleMania. I want to know whose bright idea was to make that the title match, if they do go with that. I mean, if they want to do Orton and Wyatt WrestleMania, fine. Fucking do it. But as the WWE Championship match, are you fucking stupid? If you thought Triple H and Roman Reigns was a bad title match, wait till you fucking watch this match, because I saw this match live at No Mercy last year. It was terrible. I don't have any hopes it'll be any better at WrestleMania. So, I just want to know what their fucking thinking was in making that the title match, if they do. I mean, they might end up going with Randy Orton and John Cena again at WrestleMania 33, which, at this point, it's better than Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, if you ask me. Or hell, maybe AJ Styles wins the title back in the Elimination Chamber for some reason, faces Orton. Who knows? There's 3 different ways they can do it, but of course they're going to go with the worst way, being him and Bray Wyatt, obviously. And what's the point of John Cena being champion if he's going to lose it in 2 weeks? You want to make his 16th, his monumental 16th world title reign, 2 weeks. No, his 16th title reign should be a title reign where when someone beats him for it, then it's like, holy shit, this guy's the one that beat John Cena for, when John Cena was his 16th title reign. But you're going to have Cena probably lose it in 2 weeks, making that title reign meaningless, just like majority of his title reigns have been, honestly. It's fucking stupid. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. And I don't know. I just feel like they're making it more complicated than they should have. Samoa Joe should win the Royal Rumble, if you ask me. Challenge John Cena, make Samoa Joe a star, and you have John Cena with a big match for WrestleMania. They still might do that match, just non-title, but you know what? That would have been a hell of a lot better as a title match than Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. I don't know. I'm just really upset with the direction they're probably going to go with, being Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt as a title match. Like I said, I don't mind Randy Orton winning the Rumble, only if he was challenging AJ Styles. So, yeah, I'm very pissed because of what they're probably going to go with for the title match, so it is what it is. But overall, I thought it was a great pay-per-view, like I said. I enjoyed the Royal Rumble. I thought the two title matches were tremendous. Undercard was, was good. And the Royal match was entertaining for the most part, besides the Royal Rumble winner, of course. But it is what it is. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like below. Leave your guys' comments about the Royal Rumble if you guys like in the comment section. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching the video.